So first off, I just want to thank Muchi, Snow, and Lucas who all contributed to tonight's plan, hopped onto TeamSpeak.
Pleasure.
Uh, so tonight we need to raid the main ISIS safe house, which is this bond area. That'll tell us the likely position of a secondary safe house, one of these three, silk, glass, or matte. Um, so first we raid here. That'll tell us the likely position of a secondary safe house with important intel for a planned ISIS attack. So when we get detected, the clock starts, and we only have 40 minutes then to clear bond, find the intel, identify the target, clear the target, and then save the intel from being destroyed. So ideally, let's take our time to scout enemy positions and their strength, and then we set ourselves up carefully until the clock starts. We do not engage. We do not get engaged. No accidental firing of your weapons. Do not risk being discovered. Pilots, stay well clear. Keep those orbits extra wide. So we're going to first scan the LZ and Overwatch areas prior to the assault on Bond. So what I want you to see is there's a red route to the north, and where it stops is basically a holding point to assault Matt or Glass from the north. The green route is down south. That's going to be our initial one for taking the VIX towards Bond, right? And that's going to be in the southeastern corner. Okay, guys, gather around.
So the plan is they hit
So you can see on the map.
once D3 is
Um,
ready to.
so I've drawn out the compounds here, or the first objective Bond, and the Overwatch to the right, right? So if you reference the map around here, the Bond area, you can see that there's a building, that's the Overwatch, and we're going to make our way over to this little compound over here, right? You guys see where I'm marking?
Yeah.
All right, so again, the one that's furthest on the west is the larger building. The building on the east is the lower building. So if Overwatch team is sitting here, it means that they've got eyes on this building to the rooftop there, and they can also clear the rooftop of building one, but they don't have eyes into the building into building one, right? So you're going to clear your approach. So first steps, we're going to be dismounting at a point far away on the VIX. We're going to insert D3 in Overwatch position. Then D1's going to move also to Overwatch position. We're going to put major fire into this position, fix it completely. Once there's no more movement, D3 remains here, continues keeping up the fire. D1 then moves and assault. So D3, can you tell me what you will be doing?
Well, we're going to when we exit the vehicle, we make our way to the Overwatch building. Then we're going to provide Overwatch from the east. Once Bond is cleared out, we're going to hop in the DAP and head to the LZ for the next target area and establish fire superiority over that building with the help of a possible Dragon 1's fire team.
Right. What are you going to be doing? Can you describe how you'll be moving? Yeah, 1-1 and 1-2.
Yeah, we'll be setting up. If we're to make a breach entry, we'll be breaching here, or if we're using the main gate, we can still use it. We can fix most of the compound from here, as after the initial fixing has been done, and then once we have a clear picture on the status of contacts, either they've exited the building and patrolling this compound, then we can move over to this compound and then set security here and here while the rest of the team enters and clears it. And then we can come out and RV somewhere back here and then make a plan to move forward to here. Then we start fixing it from this angle or whichever angle that is the easiest, and then we move over to the compound, the other building.
Yeah, so just a note, I think that once you're in building 2, the low roof area here, or even the higher roof area here, might give you a good watch to clear again the building 1 rooftops, right? And also have one team cover while the other one moves then to the entry points. So the entry points are going to be here or along the south. So there's two rooms here next to each other, and one on the south. The south gives you access to the stairwell. And then, yeah.
Yeah, and while at the stairwell, guys,
I-
if it's possible, slow down as much as you can. You'd be tempted to rush, but please don't rush.
And then as soon as you've got eyes on the intel in here, we're going to start getting teams already extracting, waiting for you to confirm exactly which one is the objective area. So
Are we going to take into consideration the 45-minute
40
time
minute.
limit once we start opening contact? Like, I assume we start the time limit on.
Yeah, that's
getting to the
critical. I've
next
got a
location.
stopwatch standing by. So that's a good point. As soon as anybody takes contact or initiates contact, please let me know so we can start the stopwatch. Basically, how I see it is we have 10 minutes to clear bond, right? 10 minutes to relocate to a new target, 10 minutes to clear that target or fix that target, and 10 minutes to clear that target. So that gives us 40 minutes, right?
D1, 1 and 1, 2, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, ready?
Okay.
Okay, you're going to be with me, eh?
Yeah.
1, 1, take us to the
Right, we're
fifth
just on the other side of this building, yeah?
All right,
Which
get
direction?
moving.
Just there.
East. Just east, northeast.
Okay, Sharky, I'll get in there as well.
Moving.
All right, it's not really strictly required right now, but you're welcome to.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just going to sit here the whole mission.
We need you for the DAP inserts.
Yeah.
It's a little bit loud right now.
Yeah, but I'll be far out. I'll be at 500 meters.
Hello. Were you able to spot any targets so far? So no?
No, we haven't. We didn't go up because I asked Zero. You said you guys were close. We're going to go up together.
Okay. Well, then I guess
We'll
we
have to
better
spot.
start spotting.
Yeah. That's
But
Right.
let's put a wide orbit
yeah.
around.
I'm going to put a left-hand orbit. There's one goes to left.
Just stay outside the red circle
Yeah, we'll do.
and just stay over the friendlies here. Let's just watch them first. So just make a right turn, right orbit over here.
Okay.
D1 actual. Oh shit. Sorry, say again, D1 actual.
You're on the right channel.
D1, this is actual. D3, this is actual.
Dragon 3, you're okay.
D1, this is actual. Comms check.
It's listening.
Ready to move. Out.
Sorry, say again.
You just stepped on him. He did answer. It's ready to move.
Roger, D1, D3, proceed in convoy to the along the green marked route and dismount on the position. I'll copy, over.
Sorry. Dragon 3 copies out. 2-1 copies. We're moving.
Okay.
Big one moving out.
2, this is 1 on the air. Object 2 moving.
Copy 1, 2 will stay below 400 meters.
Roger, I'll be 500 meters.
I've got enemy on Silk.
You want me just to over...
Enemy
I'm
on-
going to slowly circle. It's fine.
Okay, get over towards the other side where Bond is.
Okay. I'm going to give it wide.
So you can continue around the right, yeah.
I'm going to stay on the right hand. One, this is 2, I'm in a right hand orbit, following the red line around the town out.
Holy shit, there's lots of men in mats. Did you put IR?
Yes.
Big 2 turning left.
6-3 turning left.
Okay, I've got one guy on building 1.
How's the approach? How their approach looking to the Overwatch?
It seems clear.
Sorry, Vic 1 did not see the bridge, over.
So okay, I see them below us. Oh, there's all sorts of civilians.
2-2-1.
10 for 2.
The map is pretty busy and for walkers very hard to count much.
Yeah, that makes it a little difficult. You'll have to zoom in a lot, but it is tough. We want to redraw something on the vehicle channel, this might be a good
Vic
idea.
1 at destination, over.
Yeah, good.
I'm so sorry, I'm
Just-
through false. Vic 1
Quick one
turning
moving
out.
to
Move, give us a left orbit. Go left. And around left.
1, this is 2, I'm turning to a left hand orbit out.
Yeah, Vic
Okay,
1 as
back
well,
to-
over.
back to park. This is actual, say again please. This is actual, say again please.
Vic 1 is correcting course at 580 meters from this point.
Are we Ghost 2?
Yes.
One.
10 for 2.
I'm not sure if I saw red smoke or red headlights or something down in the town, sort of towards the east.
I don't see it. Check
That
out.
one is approaching the sun point.
Vic 1 holding.
Shall we clear to dismount? Okay, Dragon to disembark and Overwatch 1 out.
You want me to sort of stay on this side of the town?
This is actual. Be advised there are one man on each building. The man on building 2 is actually facing towards Overwatch 1. So proceed with caution. Out. Okay, you're doing well.
No, we're gonna almost go to the airport again now. Do you want me to come back around?
Going
Or?
forward, moving to D3's position.
Yeah. Matt is chock and block with guys. One, two, three. There is a technical and some mounted weapons on glass.
One.
Let's do.
Alright, I'm just gonna go into a hover eastern town, ready for LC1 over.
Be out.
That's really south. Can you do a right-hand orbit and go
We'll go.
around again?
Go. Ghost 1 is holding in a harbor to the east. Wait for his call.
Is it technical by Silk?
One, this is 2, I'm approaching your harbor position, just confirm your altitude out.
I was altitude 800.
Copy, that's well clear, thank you, out.
Okay, Dragon 3 and attached elements moving into Overwatch 1 now, moving for concealment. Out.
This is good, this is good. I know you're just a observation platform now, but it's gonna probably get more interesting.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Do you know when you want me to switch back again?
Yeah, you can switch back.
Switching.
Actual, this is G1. Are we clear to move to Overwatch position? Over.
Yeah, if you can start moving up this side of Overwatch. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
String 4 UAV airborne. Okay. Overwatch, Dragon Fleet position Overwatch 1.
D1 proceed to D3, sorry. Do you need additional resources from D1 or can you fix the target?
Okay, we're going to pop up and just have a look ourselves. We only see 2 from our position. We should be able to take care of ourselves with it.
Roger. Coordinate with D1 to advise the optimum time to start firing. And D1 are clear to proceed straight to the target.
Affirmative. As soon as D1, let us know when we pass the watch 1, and then we'll all get in firing position. Experiment with it. D1 will ready as soon as we are close. Out.
You can see a bit better tonight.
Yeah, I'm not even using NVGs.
Dragon 1-2 is moving up, stack up on the wall. We're just behind on the eastern side of Overwatch position. Out.
Much clearer
Dragon 3
tonight.
going for additional. You advise me of a construction crane. I do not have sight of the crane. Do you have its grid over?
D4, this is actual. I did not catch any message about a crane.
Wrong net.
That was on KZ.
This is Dragon 4, disregard. I'm sighting on the crane. The crane has no occupants. Okay, it's Dragon 3, ready to commence engagements on actuals go.
Go, go, go. Time starts now.
No visible targets left. T1 on the move. Out.
Alright. You want me to keep orbiting, or can I set up for approach and pick up once I call in?
Looks like they're still sleeping in there.
You can turn around. Start coming
Okay.
from the other side. Turn right if you can. We're a bit over the red line.
Yeah, I saw came in a bit.
Okay, this is Dragon 4.
Dragon floor.
Considering on target's objective glass, it's the most heavily defended with infantry and static HMGs on the surrounding building. Objective silk, I cannot get an eye at this time on the interior windows. We'll update when we have information. Objective match, multiple infantry on multiple floors of the block of apartments. Requesting additional see that wild main assault on the way. Is clearing physical.
Time check 2 minutes.
I don't think they spotted us yet, so we got the full stealth advantage.
Can't see. I lost my position. Okay. You're very low. I can't see the
Let me pick it up over this hill.
rocket area. Just come back. Start turning around. To the
Okay,
right.
I'm going to turn around. No, I'm going to do left, otherwise I go over the line.
I don't have eyes on the. Oh, there they are. Jesus, it's impossible to keep this fucking thing steady.
Does it not lock on when you zoom?
Yeah, but as soon as you
When I go out of gimbal, yeah, when I turn around.
no, as soon as you try and adjust the zoom to see get better
Okay.
eyes.
I'm going to switch back again.
Yeah.
If D3 is not doing anything, might be a good time to pick them up now. But depending on how it's going, obviously.
Let's just keep. Once they've got the building 1 cleared, I think
Okay.
building 2 cleared, then we can go in. Collect them.
Yeah, just all the lights going on.
Clock starts.
I see movement, top roof.
Building 2 has got friendlies on.
All your building 2 is mostly obstructed.
The medic is down in building 2.
Building 1 right side, top floor. Enemy infantry. Building 1, enemy first floor, right side.
Three is shifting one building closer.
Good call on keeping them there.
Who's firing from behind?
Maybe QRF or something.
Okay, Bucky's joining me at the building. We're actually one building past what I pointed at.
D1 actual, expedite. We need to get into building 2.
This is 51. We are now doing building 2. Oh, sorry, going to building 1 out.
Roger, I've seen one person on the south side.
Dix is still up, over.
One person on the south side ground entrance. Okay, you can turn us back in the
Okay, turning around.
1-1, you ready to clear building 1?
Okay, I think
Actual, this is D1, our medic is down. We can't seem to patch our medic out.
D5, can you assist D1 medic?
I'll attach some medics on the way now.
D1, proceed. We need to clear bond. Medic is en route. Do you need the casualty?
No, medic has got eyes on our casualty.
Alright, proceed to building 1 ASAP. D3, are you ready to get airborne?
We can. We know the target building number.
Not yet, but to get you ready.
We're currently in buildings spread overwatching the building, but we can quickly organize at the LZ at a moment's notice of it.
LZ1
As
now.
soon as D1 is entered building 1, I think we could start getting you guys in.
This is D1, we do have the intel out.
Okay, Ghost is coming in for landing. Everybody extract, we don't need to clear that one. So D3, we come to pick you up ASAP. D1, hold security and
We're marking on the LZ.
D3, can you mark LZ with IR chem?
Stand by.
So it's going to be at your
LZ1,
210,
box,
209.
Make sure that it's coming.
No, don't give me bearings, give me...
So, okay.
Fine, I have a good idea where it is.
So it's LZ1. It's to your front right, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. 2 is going into LZ1 now.
I have also bars on.
One actual, this is D1, we're just treating casualty out.
Okay, now I can't see it.
Bird, you could touch down. No, you're
Oh,
right
I
up
see
to
it,
the-
I see it.
Don't have to go too fast.
Yo, I've got super lag. FPS just dropped to nothing. Oh, this is dangerous.
Shots. Move to the
My
right.
FPS just dropped, seriously.
Okay, landing.
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm just lagging. Trying not to crash.
Taking shots
Right.
from the left top window at building
Gonna
1.
Stop my stream.
We're on.
Okay, let's go.
Is all on the top.
Hold on, let me just... I need to stop streaming quickly.
All on.
Yeah, we're about to take off, so might.
Alright, ready?
Okay,
Going.
move.
Now we can
Actual
go.
goes on.
D1 extract to LZ.
Right, what's our location? Do we know yet?
Thank God I moved the
D1,
UAV.
let's move. I want you to extract to where the LZ1 was. Ghost, I want you, the DAP, I want you to touch down.
First one.
LZ1.
Roger. On its way.
D1 actual.
This is one actual.
What is the location of the intel?
We're waiting on Mitch's just to pass the intel out.
Roger, please expedite that. So D1, orders clear. Please move back to LZ. Get on the DAP and get your wounded on there as well so that they can be treated.
Okay.
One
One of the
actual,
helicopters.
this is D1, we've got some
spotted.
critical injured in the building. We're sending medic to go assist out.
Critical, we need to know what that target area is ASAP.
First one, depth off of Mike out from LZ.
Ghost Rider is Dragon 4. Units at Objective Gloss appear to be aware of the presence of helicopters, although they cannot spot you yet. They are searching.
Ghost Rider, M1, no, I am on the ground.
D1, mount up when you can. Extract your wounded.
Oh, hello.
Are you marking targets?
Yes, actually, I am.
On-
I've just found technical. That's the base of Objective Silk.
Intel
Yes,
report.
I marked it already.
There is more intel at the
Just did.
mansion. There's also MG gunner. Over.
It's timestamp 0156.
Back at the mansion is...
Well, judging
Boss.
by the amount of fortification, there's little doubt.
D1, say again.
One.
D1.
We've got intel that there's more intel at the mansion, and there's also a report of an MG gunner. Over.
Yeah,
The
okay.
mansion, so that's Gloss.
Has to be lost.
Affirmative.
Right, so that's LZ, what's the number again? That's the one by the mosque.
Yeah, so it's going to be LZ3.
That's the one in the road to the back of the Overwatchers.
D3
Alright.
is going to insert LZ3. Recommend you also touch down LZ3.
And down, let me see.
It's a ghost. Malp is going to touch down at LZ3. Insert Overwatch team. After that, I want you to bring D1 there as well. I think Gloss has got too many enemies just for D3 to handle and fix.
Yeah, Shaki.
My map is way too busy.
So, yeah, I think that the LZ3 is good because when we start over there, we got a building and we got an angle. We're not completely exposed to glass. We've got an angle where we can bristle them down.
So you're getting too close, or just go slower. You're too fast.
Oh, it's this road, eh?
Yeah, this one right here.
Got it. I see the trees, don't worry. Okay.
You are past the tree.
Yeah, anywhere
I
here
killed
now.
this one.
And we got cover. Excellent.
Go for actual.
Make sure you egress east.
Confirm LZ3. Oh, that's...
Affirm. Okay, you guys,
Okay,
get out.
out.
I cannot even see where I am on the map. One street over.
Actual, this is D1. We're in a helicopter. We're judging off out.
This map is awesome. Am I on the right LZ? Oh,
Yeah, perfect.
Jesus, that's by accident. Can I touch off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, move
I'm going
forward
back,
and
yeah.
to the right.
Yep.
And then you can get into an orbit again.
Okay. Yes, this map is way too busy. I can't use it to
D3 actual.
navigate.
Say again.
D3 actual.
Send over.
Roger, you can either get in the building that you're on now, or proceed to Overwatch Glass B or Glass A with good sightlines into Glass.
Oh, I think...
Roger, should we start engaging target now from here and then shift left progressively over?
The western building is the most...
Affirm, there is a static weapon on the balcony facing southeast. So that's on the, as you're facing Glass, it's on the left side on the first level.
Roger. Okay, we're going to start at the building when we landed. We're going to clear what we can and then shift westwards progressively until we get to the Overwatch buildings. Out.
Roger.
What's our time clock now?
We might... we're going to get in the AH6 for now. So we've got Kaz. I'm worried about everybody on mat. So let's move to the...
Okay, got it.
let's move there, so we're going to...
Hit the H6.
Yeah.
Right here. What's our clock now?
We're at 15 minutes.
That's good. We're ahead of schedule.
I'm worried about all the guys in...
Yeah, no, that's a good call. Where's that chopper? There it is.
D1, what's the status of your casualties?
We've got one deceased and both casualties left. Over.
Good copy. Okay, you're in that one. Are you ready for some gun running?
Yeah, get to shoot something. Let me just set the radios and stuff up. Right, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I'm just using 215.
Open monitor. Gas dragon. Right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Get my
Okay.
thing. Ghost 1, this is Ghost 2.
Go for one.
Ghost 2 is transition to the AH6 with actual. Dusting off from the airport now out.
So, I think when the map's this busy,
Yeah.
you can make a plan to Ghost 2. Sorry, is that Ghost 2 in the depth?
Yeah, no, Ghost 1. Ghost 1.
Ghost 1, are you ready to land at LZ3?
Roger, Ghost 1 moving in.
You're very high. Recommend a go around.
Negative, I'm not high, but I'm at 7 meters. Shall I insert over?
Yeah, proceed.
I'll just be lagging for you. Oh, something, I ate all the frames.
As you were coming in.
Yeah, dropped to like 5 frames as I was coming in.
D3, this is actual.
Send.
You've got 1 times infantry heading from Matt to your position. He's low across the street. Directly to your north.
Let me know if there's any targets that we need to run at.
We're also free to engage with guns if you need assistance.
Okay, we've started suppressing the target now. We've killed some enemies. Okay, we control the situation from the southeast side.
Roger, hold position. Can we engage? Can we engage Matt with the H6?
Sorry, second, you want to take a map?
Stand by. We're in orbit. Yeah.
We didn't engage anyone in map.
Why is he landing in LZ3? Ghost to 1, you are way off.
Roger, the light poles are curved onto the road and they had LT. I had to go for it. Actually, this is D1. We've touched down. We're on the road on the northern side at Matt.
At Matt, wow.
Yeah, D1, you way off. Proceed south along the road. You need to make your...
You're stepping on, you're
LZ3.
stepping on him. You step on him.
Tells it 3. Okay. 1-2, will you take us out?
D1, you need to escalate. You need to move quick.
Dragon 3, I can see they got the barrels smoking. They're starting to destroy the engines now.
We do a run on them. them busy.
Once you're on the move. Right. Careful, we don't have Overwatch oversight of maps, so Dragon 1 maps is a dangerous area to give a wide berth of it.
Yeah, they have to move down the street, but they have to move fast.
Okay, Dragon 3 relocating one building west, Dragon 4 staying on our original building. He's injured, but he's still up to provide some cover from the house.
Dragon 4 checking in, recharging the UAV. I have a wounded leg and I will require stitching.
Roger. I think Dragon 4 can stay where Dragon 4 you can stay where you are. You're still useful in that building, so it's okay. We don't need your assistance at the other one.
Dragon 4, roger, out.
This is far from PM. I will detach from Dragon 1 once I'm close to Dragon 4 and attach to him to provide medical
one.
cover. Alright, I'm landed back at the airport. I have one reinforcement on order.
Roger, do you think you can... Roger, Ghost 1, do you think you can reinsert LZ3 this time?
No, LG3 is a problem. I'll get as close to LG3 as possible. I can insert this.
Try LZ6. Sorry, try LZ6 this time.
Roger, LG6, step 1.
Dragon 3 in position at next building.
Could I check in with Dragon 4, just to know who knows we're on station?
I want us to orbit here, so I can keep
Okay.
eyes on watch for QRFs from
Okay.
Silk and... D1, I need you to start pushing... I need you to start pushing west to Glass ASAP.
Do you want to come in? Actual Ghost 1 confirm LG also not right next to the objective of it.
Yes, it is appropriately fixed. You can land there.
Righto, Ghost 1.
Do watch out for Silk. So
Ghost Riders, be aware UAV is hopping at 200 meters. Avoid the 200 meter block of altitude.
he's flying straight over Silk now. I told him not.
Those 2 copies. I will stay below above 250. Out.
Negative, I need you to stay below 200.
Copy, will stay below
No,
200.
you can't stay below 200. Go to flipping 300 or 500.
Dragon 4, that's a bit too low. We'll stay above 300 out.
I don't have eyes too low.
Coming in. Well, I'm at
Correction. I meant during the landing approach, stay below 200.
Copy that out.
That's for D1. Where the fuck
Ghost
is
1
the...
coming to LG6.
Ghost 1, you were briefed to approach from the south. You are currently hovering straight over the objective.
Negative, I was not briefed to approach from south.
That's what the fucking arrow says. There's a static-ish weapon. Okay, I'm gonna laser it. This is Ghost Rider. We're going to engage the glass with the run on a static weapon.
That the laser pointer I'm seeing
Yeah.
at on our right.
Stop,
Yeah.
stop, stop. Ghost,
I need to make-
drop.
Wait, let's not.
Heavy
Let's not.
contact coming in from mass to the north. We're suppressing.
What do you need me to do?
Heavy contact from the north.
Dragon 3, this is Dragon 4. Confirm, are you taking fire from objective Matt?
Yeah, we took some fire from the mass, but Dragon 1 was in greater danger. Okay,
Okay, I want you to put something
Dragon
on
1,
my laser. So
you fire.
go to just make a left turn, a left orbit, and then go to hover.
Done.
Okay, left orbit. So get south of.
Ghost Rider, this is Dragon 4. We have sighting of an enemy technical from objective Silk. Be ready on and on call in order to engage a target coming out of objective Silk.
Roger. Get to the right. So basically you're north of, immediately north of. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going back to the airfield in case there's any more reinforcement over.
Roger, thanks. Over here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you to
Dragon 5, are you
engage.
searching the apartment complex where I am? Affirmative, over. I am on the roof.
Do you see the laser marker?
Copy up.
Hold on, I'm checking.
Elements of Dragon.
Let me just.
That Overwatch, the building, Overwatch building for construction site.
It's by Silk.
Hold on, let me check. I don't see it yet.
D4, this is D4, this is Ghost Rider.
Send Ghost over.
Can we engage Silk? The technical. Fire rockets when you're ready.
No,
I can't see it yet.
You're right over Silk now.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back around. Yeah.
Population inside.
Come back around.
Technical is sitting on the brink. Technical
get
is
just
sitting
to
on
the
the
north
north
again.
side of the building. There are also several infantry on the roof.
Go around to the
However,
right.
there is too much of a risk
I'm gonna do a
civilian
straight turn
casualties
in.
the building. I am going to order you to wait until the vehicle is moved into clear line of sight on the road and then engage.
Okay, we're not engaging now.
Okay, I hear that. But let me start getting eyes on it. Okay, I see your laser on a building. Is that it?
No, it's not mine.
Okay.
Okay,
there's
Dragon
too much
3,
stuff going
at
on.
least part of Dragon
That's
3 has
it's contact.
you fighting direct front of the building at the main entrance.
Is the building on our 12 o'clock silk?
Where 12 o'clock is. No.
Yeah, that is.
C1, we're ready to breach.
Straight ahead of us, on the roof, there's people. Is that silk?
Oh shit, what is that?
I'm just gonna break off. I'm
Okay,
a bit too close.
do you see on our left? There's a. see
Yeah, I
on our
need to
left?
break off. I'm too close. I'm gonna come back around.
Dragon 4, we have
Turn around
sighting
right,
on
turn around
movement.
right,
Looks
turn
like
around right.
enemy forces are leaving objective Silk. We'll let you know once a large formation is exited.
Okay, so Silk, we're just getting to orbit. Getting to hover.
Okay.
Okay, so I am.
I have the big building with the two structures on top. That's run longitudinally east to west with people on top. Is that silk? According to me.
Do you see that?
Not.
Can you, if you put on your NVGs, you should see my laser mark.
Hold on, I've got my NVGs on. Trying to see. Yes. I see you painting a building.
Time check, 30 minutes. We've got 10 minutes to stop them. Oh, wait, that building that I'm painting is on the right.
No, wait, I can't see it. I can't see your paint.
I'm on a rooftop straight.
Describe the building,
to our
left. Do
yeah.
you see the?
You have to kick your. So straight over 12 now. Straight over the tall one with the two structures at the
Yes,
top.
yes, yes.
So on the right side of those structures, you can do a gun run there.
There.
Yeah. Just at the rooftop. On the rooftop in front of you. Okay, move. Yeah, cool. That was silk.
Okay, so yeah, keep that building as a reference, and just tell me left of that building, right of that building, or because that building is easy to spot.
So on the left of that building, right in the center, there, at the bottom floor, there's a technical there.
Okay.
So, but we
100%.
aren't cleared for that yet.
Okay.
But let's get over glass, and let's see on the far side of glass where the mat is.
On the south side.
This is going to be on the standby. North side of glass. I want you to hold north side of glass.
North of glass, so that's the airport side of glass.
Yeah, I've just marked the point IP. Hold somewhere there.
I can't see IPs, there's just too much clutter. You have to talk me onto it. I'm gonna turn around, get to the north.
You are heading south now. We were heading north.
Oh wait, where's oh sorry. I turned around. No worries.
So there.
All this going in circles. Why did I think the airport was bang on north? That's weird. But anyway, airport is northwest. Right.
Okay, so you can hold, yeah.
Now I'm gonna turn around here. Right, I got the
D1
mosque on
Echo.
the left.
This is D1.
Roger, you've still got 10 minutes.
I'm in the 10 minutes out.
Okay, just hold there, hover here.
Oh.
There's enemies below and to our... Oh! They're just walking off the sides, they're going to...
This is Dragon 4. We have units moving out of objective max.
AFM seen. Or can we do a rocket run?
The west side of
tell me
objective
where.
max, the area in the open.
Just turn left.
Mad
Turn,
rocket
kick
is on
left,
left.
kick
Okay,
left,
I see
rather.
it, I see it, I see it.
Yeah, right below it. Against the side of the building.
Is it there?
Yes, yes. Do rockets. Don't get too low. Get up.
Yeah, I got it.
Hits.
Yeah, very nice.
Yo, I needed to
While I check the battle damage.
needed to switch
The
guns
remainder of the
very
units
quickly.
are in the building.
that
Hold
around.
on your attacks until they are out in the open.
Wait until they're out in the open. Let's set up.
Change of plan. Unit has just exited objective Silk. Engage the road directly to
Okay,
the
we're
east
going
of
to
objective
Silk.
Silk. There's technical moving up the road northbound.
Okay, so there's a technical.
Come on.
Technical scene.
To come
Where?
along the main road.
It's just by Gloss. It's on the main road.
Goes
Point
right
to me.
now at the T junction to objective Gloss from
You should
objective
see
Silk.
So it's on your right, turn right. There,
Take him
straight
out.
at 12 o'clock. You see the lights?
Oh yes, I see the lights,
down.
yes.
Rider goes to Rider. Recommit your attack to the
Wait,
building
go.
east of objective Silk.
Fire, we're wounded.
Technical should be down.
M3 is out of action, we're all wounded.
Goes to
Next.
Rider. Building east of objective Silk in the road. Clear to engage.
East of objective salt.
Talk is the one way
Roger,
on.
east of objective salt. Okay, so I'm
Can't see the
painting.
names.
I'm painting. Can you see?
No, you're gonna have to give me right, left.
Okay, you want to get higher? And at
Okay.
our 12 o'clock. At our
Around 12
at the-
o'clock?
At the end of those white buildings, on the
Now
floor.
shifted into the compound.
So go
just
night
east of
vision.
that road.
Yeah, is it this? There's a thing in front
Watch
of
out
us.
for the.
I see it, I
watch
see it, I
out
see
for
it.
the crane.
I see it.
There's enemies
I
all
can't-
around, just below
No,
us.
I can't see your paints. You're gonna have to tell me it's in front of
In
me.
fact, they are just south.
Turn around now.
Objective
Turn
Gloss
around.
of Overwatch Gloss
I'm gonna do a
Alpha.
train turn, yeah.
I need markers on there. Visual markers.
Are you able
Can't
to
see.
spot laser devignators?
No, I can see them, but I can't talk my pilot on. I need a laser marker from a rifle.
There's something burning straight ahead of us. What do you mean in
That's
relation to that?
To the right? To
The right of the
that?
burning thing?
Yeah. So basically to the right. So it's on
Dragon
our
4
1
is
o'clock
moving
in this
to
open.
attempt to
In
get
the
to a
1 o'clock
marker.
in the open. In that
Yeah.
in this little area on the right. Just right of that. Watch out for the.
Yeah. Yes, I can't see shit there. I'm gonna try without NVG, see if I can see.
This is D1. We've got many casualties inside of the building.
Roger D1. What do you need?
Our medic is down, and we've got 2 casualties.
Have you secured the intel?
Well, it's secured.
Roger, consolidate. Let's pull together, and let's. We're trying to keep the enemies off you. So if you hover now,
Dragon
stop
3, be advised you may have a reinforcement group
and
pushing
turn
through
left.
your area. Be alert.
Again left.
Yeah, turn left. It's off your left wing. There's a low building. With, oh shit, we're taking fire.
This
Move
is
forward.
a Dragon 3 reinforcement. Dragon 3 reinforcements possible. D3 SL might be respawning as well. We got taken out by a rocket run from Mel.
Oh shit.
Why are you so low?
Turn around. We took out D3.
We took out the technical.
Apparently we took out D3.
They think
It's just...
I do require system, but area is hot at the moment.
Okay, so now you've got to go to hover.
Actual Ghost One.
This is actual.
Right, I have a fair amount of reinforcements, 6 times reinforcements. Where would you like them? My suggestion,
Remaining
LT7 over.
Dragon 1 elements.
Okay.
Northeast side of the compound, 3 enemy infantry.
Roger, if you can bring them into
Appear to be
if you can bring them into LD7.
LT7. Roger.
That's just north of Glass, and then they should make their way past Matt to the compound from to the back.
Roger.
Do we have any D3 elements?
negative. D3's building was wiped out by a rocket strike.
I've got a friendly. Is that D4?
Taking out 2 enemies. What was the report
Oh,
on
the whole
enemy
building
count?
went down.
4 to 5 enemies in that building on that side of the compound.
I've got one times enemy moving from Matt in the open field between Matt and Glass.
I'm receiving fire from that direction, the northeastern direction, bearing 066.
Dragon 4 to take to assist.
Okay, okay, so where are we now? So when you turn right. Okay, at your 12 o'clock, they should see a dark. Okay, don't worry, they took it out.
Dragon 4, enemy down.
Okay, yeah, still. So I want you to open up one of your brackets.
Ghost Rider, Dragon 4, the group.
I've got them open.
Silk has now
And
dispersed
look
to
at the
cover.
top and turn left or right until you see
They are
292.
for the most part occupying.
And I can turn to 2 now, I just can't do it when I'm
spread wide
orbiting
enough
very
that I
fast.
cannot get a rocket strike there for you.
Right, I'm on 292.
Roger, I've got enemies stationary between Silk and Glass. I can do a strike on them.
Understood, they're the ones on the main road, correct?
Negative, there's a compound here.
Sorry, actual, this is D1. We've got intel in the building. We're moving to intel to retrieve now.
Roger, D1. Do you have any medics? D4, we've got people moving in from Silk. We're going to engage them. So that's at 300.
Yeah, I'm pointing at 300 now.
Okay, go there. There's a little building. There's a little, so dip down.
Actually, this is
You can
D1. We've got a laptop, but can't
Wait, I can't
can't
if
turn the
you-
laptop to.
Yeah, so
to
go
get
out of
intel
hover
over.
and aim at
Alright,
303.
wiped. I think I can see you. Is there a little, like a wire spool in front of it?
I don't know what a wire spool is.
Like what you will, like a spool for big wires. Are you painting that building?
Oh shit, I can't see.
Can you move your laser left and right?
Stand by.
Yeah, the laptop is not intended to be installed as a matter of things.
You see left and right?
Negative, that's correct.
Actually, I've got a photo. How do I actually see photo access on map screen?
So you're too high. If you
Alright,
go a
so
little-
let me go lower.
Actual,
this is Dragon 5 over Upland south of Dragon 1, all casualties KIA out.
So what you should see,
I'm just gonna put it on my left so I can see.
Can I get information? There's
Yeah,
on
talk me into
how
it.
to access the intel. I've
so you
got a
want to
photo
get
in my inventory.
303.
Over.
Look at 300.
303. There you are, that's it.
Okay, stop descending.
Okay.
Okay, you should see a bank of. It's like, what am I? I'm checking in night vision. There you go, optics. There's nothing out there actually. Do you see a series of lights, like street lights, just dot dot dot? There's like 4 coming down the street from right to left.
Just a little bit small to. It's task
Oh, they're on.
organization.
Yeah.
Burning. I see a compound with 6 lights.
Airborne corps.
I see. I don't see any other lights that are on, except for 2 at the far end.
No, I'm talking far. So this is at 298, 300.
No, I'm trying to look. Do you see the mosque tower next to the road, to the left of the road,
Yeah.
in front of us?
Yeah.
Talk from there.
So from that mosque tower, straight up that road.
Yeah.
So not the mosque tower is almost parallel. There's a road there next to it. Then one road higher, further.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's a road on the right
But you're
running.
looking too far to the left.
No, I'm just turning so I can see. I can't see. Alright, so there's, if you
Yeah,
look up the road, that's below us now.
So the next road
Infantry.
over. So if you move
I'm RTB out.
move to the right over to the next road.
Okay, so I'm going one road to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that to the right of the crane or
Is it, no, to the left of the crane.
the left of the crane? There's a little small road, I see it.
Yeah.
Looks like
Now-
a vehicle on it.
The end of that road.
Ooh, VRS, hold on.
At the end of that road,
Recovered.
there's a building.
Yes.
There's a tree on the left side.
I
There's
see it.
enemies around there, and as well as the buildings. So yeah, I'm busy painting.
So do you still have eyes on
So at the end of
part
that
the
road,
force along the road?
Oh, I see all lots of signatures.
to the left. you
Are we
see,
sure that's...
Yeah,
Oh,
enemies are
taking
firing
fire.
at you.
Oh, that's handy.
So put grenade rockets in that building. I'm in.
My last rockets. We're gonna have to
report is just a formation.
practice this talking onto targets. I can see now that you are painting something to my right.
Stick to using guns in the interim. They are too widely dispersed for effective rocket use, and this is a high civilian
We only have
area.
guns left. Ghost 2 copies, we only have guns left, so we'll just use guns out.
Actual, this is D1. The mansion is clear. The only intel we've got is on a formation report. Out.
Are you dead? Oh shit. Dragon 1 actual, he looks like he's down next to me in the chopper. I'm gonna land to treat him out. Dragon 5, this is Ghost 2.
Actual, this is D1.
Dragon 1, actual is down, you are now actual out.
D3. D4 coming for D1.
Dead.
Do you have any report of friendlies up? Over.
One, this is 2, I'm landing, expediting, actual is down next to me, I'm going to try and treat him when I'm landing.
Okay, we've cleared the building and we have extracted the intel. Don't make sense, it's a formation. We're going to go to extraction point to be extracted back to base. Over.
Roger, what is your extraction point?
Hey boys, I died.
Okay,
Don't worry about
can
it.
you coordinate with Ghost Rider to pick us up on the northern road? Over.
Hey boys, don't worry about it. I died.
Am I understanding correctly that you want me to organize an extraction for you at LZ7?
You died.
Okay.
Calling for a
So
pickup.
guys, coordinate with the in the DAP. So go pick up D1, and you guys go pick up D3.
Just be advised, that northeast building, I saw a flashlight there, so there's probably still at least one hostile nearby. Be careful as you move.
Can
I'll
Ghost
get in
Rider
the-
advise if
I'll get in the
LZ6
side
or LZ3
building.
if he can land in that area? Over.
Wait one. Dragon 1, I'm inside the western mansion building, and I can still see 2 pieces of intel on the table. Over.
Confirm you talking to Ghost 1, over.
If Ghost 1 is the one handling transport, then yes.
Ghost 2, remember you need to get in the Malpa.
We're searching the rest of the building. Out.
We guys talk to Mel.
So second, Dragon.
Dragon 1
Just
is searching
confirm
the rest
which
of the building.
LZ would you like?
I
Asking
didn't hear
about
you. Did you ask what you want?
availability for LZ3 or 6. One at the main foyer.
LZ6 is good, I'll be doing LZ6.
Fire 1 intel. I didn't actually ask you to come in here, just asking if you can make that landing. Floor above that.
Yeah, Roger, LZ3, bad
We've got
LZ.
intel at the fire on the table and we've moved
I'm in your gunner position, so I can get on right or gunner or left as you need.
Okay, Roger.
Yes, we couldn't mark targets for each other. I could see the enemies in the thermals.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get his eyes on there.
That LZ3, Sharky, it's got the light poles leaned across the road. So you can't put a gap between them, there's not enough room. So that's
but
why I
I
went
think-
past it.
I think you were one road
sorry, I am actual.
over. Because
We've got
the one,
intel
the
with the
LV3 we
supplies
picked
and
was
another document in
was open.
foreign language.
No, and if you look at LZ3, I'm looking at it right now. It
There's
doesn't
just
matter,
2
I'll
arms
just like there
picking
was.
up in the Mel again for extraction of Dragon 3.
Maybe it was too tight for the DAP.
Do you want to secure 3 documents in the mansion?
Only thing is, if you told me that you couldn't make it, we would have picked
coming
another
into the
place.
land. Remain
But
in
as it was, you
out.
then parked them on the other side of a enemy strong point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't have known that until I was there. So, unfortunately, I had to make the call at
Dragon
that
3 is
second.
Ghost.
You know, so, yeah.
When it
Listen-
happens, just wave off and say, please pick another LG, I can't make it.
Yeah, the problem is flying alone.
Dragon 4 goes.
That's so cluttered. Yes, it's right.
Yeah, it's, task
Just
overload.
confirm,
That's why
if
they're
you're coming for
full.
actual
I can't-
extraction, do you need
but I can't
just
execute the bomb,
Ghost 1
so
with the DAP?
What are you,
One
are
Dragon
you
3
using your,
extraction with lost Bravo
Ghost
over.
2.
you can't use
We
the,
were, but then it got blown up by Ghost I am going to
I'm using
potentially
the
need both
GSS
aircraft. I might need it. In a separate
using the
extraction by
GSS
Ghost
in the
2.
aircraft. The
Ghost
problem
1
is
will
I'm
have
stuck.
Dragon 1
We're
extraction.
going to move to
Constantly,
the
you know.
south side of the
when you're ready.
there is quite a, there is a zoom key for it.
No, I'm using you, but even then, it's very cluttered.
Roger.
So,
I
I
should
thought,
be joining
when
you
I
now
went
next
over
time.
the objective, I thought I was on
copy
the
that.
side going
I've
through.
coordinated with
some
D4. I don't have the
200 meters
radio
there, but I
to
wasn't.
coordinate with Ghost Rider. I've asked him to coordinate and just designate an LZ for us to extract.
Roger, if he's extracting with us, then join us and then be the good proper ground controller voice copy with us.
Copy that. Coordinate. D4 coming for actual.
Send over. send over.
Are you close to the mansion building? Over.
I'm currently sitting right next to LZ6.
If it's safe for you to move, come to the southeastern side of the mansion building for extraction. Over.
Roger, wait 1, I need to get the UAV charged up so that we don't leave it behind, and then I will try and make a move. So far, it seems like the force from Objective Self is panicking and in cover, while the other force has been decimated.
Copy last out.
D1, D3, between yourselves, can you please allocate somebody to retrieve the VIX?
D1 and D3 move to the southeastern side of the building and set up security. Out.
Wilker up.
D1, D1, D3, please can you allocate either D3 or D1 to retrieve the vehicles?
This is D3, we're 2 men who can drive it, so if Mel wants to pick us up or something, we can do that over.
Yeah, please coordinate with the Mel pilot Ghost 2.
Ghost 2, are you on net, over?
I'm monitoring.
Roger. Pick us up at LV3 and take us to where we parked the vehicle southeast corner of the city, over.
Copy, just mark LZ3 for me when you're ready, I'm coming out.
Dragon 1, Dragon 4 is now moving as per your instruction. Out.
Copy last. We're at the wall on the southeastern side of the compound.
D1, this is Ghost 1. Where would you like LZ4, the largest part of the force?
Have you scouted the area? Is LZ6 appropriate landing area? Where is it closest? Or actually, check to the eastern side of the mansion and just verify if you can land in that open area. Over.
Eastern side of the eastern side.
Yeah, it's where, can you see the map?
Yeah.
So on the left side of Gloss there, where the previous one was. So I recommend them to come in from the north and then land here. So can I draw that for you?
No, just draw it in.
Okay. I'll just do that.
Dragon 4,
Ghost, I did not call you in.
This
It's
is
very dark, very light from here. Never.
copy, waving off.
Okay, let's go.
D1 has deployed blue smoke in landing area. If you can.
Roger, Ghost 1 on his way.
Ghost 1, Dragon 4, I will handle LZ coordination here. Out.
You see the
Roger, Dragon 4 to Dragon 3, we're at LZ3.
I see the smoke, yeah.
so I've drawn something on the
Roger, Ghost 2, you can head to LZ3 now to pick up Dragon 3 and 5, over.
Goes to copies out.
just ask D4 if you can come into for D1.
Dragon 4, Ghost 1.
Ghost 1, send over.
May I enter the LZ over?
No, not at this time. Your pickup is not ready. We will move there and then you can pick up on my command.
Okay, get out, move. Get out, move. Taking shots. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Ghost 1, change of plans. We're going to set you up on LZ7. LZ3 is coming under fire.
Roger, LZ7.
The 7 is to the north of Matt, so I'm going to draw a thing for you to Matt. So it's from the top. So if you make an orbit to the right, follow the blue line. Make an orbit
Hold
to
on.
the right.
This is one action.
Tell him you're ready to land at LZ7. Can you come in, or otherwise just hover here and
We'll just hover here because I get one
Okay,
instruction from Dragon 1 and I get one instruction from Dragon 4. So we're just gonna hover here.
yeah. Just tell him that you're ready. You're lined up for LZ7.
Dragon 4, Ghost 1.
Ghost 1, send over.
Okay, we are ready for pickup at the LZ at your command level.
Understood. I am moving the team in. Await my instruction. Out.
I wish I could shine a laser out of this vehicle from the side door.
Yeah, you can't do that, eh? This has got a laser if you're the co-pilot, isn't it?
And not a visible laser.
Oh, is it not?
It's a laser for your own weapon.
Yeah. Do you see the blue line? It's gonna go off to the right here.
No, I can see it, yeah.
Okay.
A bit light, but I can see it.
Ghost 2, Dragon 4, sit rep, over.
Ghost 2 is inbound to the landing at the vehicle point. 10 seconds out.
Hey, those chem lights you work very
1,
good. You can
Dragon
see them.
4, you are now cleared for a your insertion.
Yeah, but the
LZ7.
problem is you've got night sight on you piloting it.
Okay, you can now go.
Okay,
Ghost
roger,
1,
going.
Dragon 4, you're clear for your insertion at LZ7.
If you just follow this blue line
Roger.
forward, you can land in the... So it's basically this highway in front of us. So I would just make our way slowly there and then turn parallel to the highway and land on
Dragon
the
4, Ghost 2 dropped off
closest
troops at
highway,
the vehicle
like on the
stationing
closest
off now.
corner. That keeps you away from the roads and the buildings, etc.
Yeah, got it.
So basically on the close edge of the road, pick out a spot.
Stand by. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
There's a building right below you. Yeah, I would actually, if I were you, I would stay here, turn around, and then turn 180 degrees,
Ghost Rider, we are to your west.
and then land this way. You see, there's a little open area in front of you now.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm gonna on the right of the roads.
Yeah, you should see the IR flat strobes on your left.
Yeah, I've got it.
Perfect.
Alright, one to get in.
Who's ground controller?
You are.
Brute Force is ground controller.
No.
Oh, okay. Brute force, sorry, brute force.
No, I think you'll find that's Dragon 4 at present.
What, you're moving?
You're moving the helo.
Actually, I am wrong. The instruction was leading you officers.
1, 2, 3.
1-1 is in.
Alright, brute force, 1, 2, Zen, over.
Yep, is in.
Okay.
Who's the highest ranking
1-1,
officer?
you in?
Yeah, it's brute.
Yeah, brute force.
1-1 is all in.
Yep, is in.
You can touch off all aboard.
Ghost
Roger.
1, dust off.
Dusting off.
Jet C0, you gave me a scare.
Dragon 3, Dragon 4, sit rep.
Why, when I moved?
Yeah, we were all trying to get in and then the helo started turning
Dragon 3, send.
on its your
Send
axis.
sit rep over.
Roger, we are exiting the southwest corner of the city, heading back to base with to MRAPs, over.
Roger, Dragon 4 has extracted with Dragon 1 via Ghost Rider 1.
Oh
Out.
shit, my wounds have opened up. Luca?
Only we had a
Whoa,
medic.
whoa, whoa. Listen here. I also exist.
Oh, sorry, Alex, yes. Alex?
Exactly.
My arm is broken, everything is open, and I'm leaking.
Africa.
I'm bleeding all over this beautiful floor.
Deal with it.
You fell inside of the building. I checked you. There was nothing wrong.
No,
You
I
had a
passed
patch
out.
there.
He passed out.
I don't know what happened, dude. I passed out and then I died somehow.
Nice.
No, I didn't die the second. No, I did die the second time. The first time, yeah. I don't know what happened. I was running and then I just passed out and then I died.
No, we had many contacts coming down the stairs.
So the
Actually, behind
hospital,
Yeah, but I don't
medical
think
side
they
is
should
to
be.
1 o'clock. 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
get on there, get on there.
Yeah.
No, those are the guys that killed Alex and I think shot Henry.
Just confirm your location. I'll wait for you to land. I'm on the northwest side of the airport now.
Well, we sure as hell didn't get
Yeah, I'm
any
landing at the
reinforcements on the map this
hospital
time.
marker over.
Copy that. I'm coming in for landing
Like
on.
last time they just swarmed us.
Yeah? Sure.
There you go, Pips.
I was just entering
you,
the
sir.
building. I was like, okay, slowly, guys, and then I go and pop, get shot in the 50
Good job.
cal in the head.
Okay, disembark.
Touchdown.
Alright, get out, guys. Well done. Check at the same time.
I can't feel my legs.
That seems unnecessary.
I can't feel my body.
Oh, your legs not actually.
No, I'm talking
Oh,
Why am I
right.
liking you? What? Sorry, I just felt like picking you up there real quick. Ah, your legs are very fucked. Shame.
Not in real life, they're not.
Alex?
Well done,
Hello
Zero.
there.
What happened in the
Well,
first
yeah,
building that we didn't hear?
No, I don't even know.
You
So
were
I
fine.
walked down the stairs and I was standing there and
Actually, I did. I was
I
not
died.
running away.
So.
I was picking up my cup of coffee. All right. And I touched my rudder. Sorry.
And Henry?
Didn't mean to do that.
Building what? What happened there?
Wait, hold on.
Building one.
We're gonna do a debrief now.
We're going to do the photo, Shocky.
Right in front of these helis.
Brute
Over here
force,
on
did
the-
you figure out
on
Floor
the-
killed me.
Did you figure out what target they're planning to attack?
But do you want to do a photo first? Yeah, why not?
Well, we just had the ammo crates and then gibberish. Maybe I should have read the second one, eh?
Maybe you should.
No, don't read them. It's the pictures.
Oh.
There should be 5 pieces of intel, right?
Okay, crap. then.
Say yes.
Yes.
Alright. Hey boys, yes, you're looking pretty. Okay. Everybody speak. Come, Mr. M. Everybody.
I hate this exercise.
Okay, well done.
This is the worst part.
There's always somebody like with
Donkey
their eyes closed, right? Alright.
There's someone with the eyes closed. That's the perfect.
So I hate family photos. All right. From actual. Okay. Do I start with? I think one. Maybe you start with one that happened.
Okay, we disembarked in the eastern corner and waited for D3 to set up position at the Overwatch, and then we moved on the southern blue line past Overwatch position and stacked up against the wall. Waited for them to suppress, and then we entered the compound and cleared the second building, which is the one on the eastern side, and we recovered the intel there, with Muchis being our information officer. We got some casualties from the building structure, our medic, and we tried to stabilize him, dragged him outside, and got D5 to come and support. And then the team proceeded to clear building 1. They did not get my instruction to go back to the rendezvous point, and we got some casualties in that area that we had to stabilize before we could go to the helicopter for extraction at LZ1.
Sorry, Phoenix, can you make it daylight for us, maybe?
Okay. I mean, there is. I mean, we can't just go over to the where we spawned because that's where all the.
There's some lights over there.
Or we can just shoot flare rounds, because that's cool.
Come here.
It won't last long.
Okay.
Come here below this light.
Oh, this one is the best, trust me.
We spawned over there. Where are you going?
Well, we can just stand right there.
Yeah, this works fine.
This is perfect.
Well, that's like over there. Why not?
No, man. Now it's gonna flash again. Fucking
That's fine.
unauthorized fucking grenade.
Okay.
Right, let's focus on the debrief.
Go ahead.
Our original LZ point was LZ3, but the pilot could not land in that area, and we moved to LZ7. And we, from that position, want to moved us south. Moved us south towards the main road, and we proceeded on the main road towards the mansion. Just before we got to the mansion, we got reports of enemies approaching us from Matt. We proceeded to set up demolition blocks on the southeastern corner of the building and made that our entry point. As we entered, D1-2 started with the clearing of the building. FTL went down, and Peps took command of 1-2, and also we sent one member of 1-1 with them. They cleared the bottom floor and then proceeded to the top floor to move back to our position. We then started getting enemies from the top floors streaming down the stairs, who took out our medic, and also Africa that got revived. He just passed out. I think he just wasn't listed for this fight anymore. And we got reports of intel recovered by Peps. Evidently, they missed 2 other pieces of intel on their way at the bottom floor, and eventually we recovered all the intel. We had some sporadic fight teams entering, or enemies entering from the northeastern corner. They were dealt with, and then we all rendezvoused and moved to LZ7 for extraction.
D3, what happened from your side? Anything to add?
Is the entire mission or just the first part?
As you wish.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, the first part, nothing too much to add. Overwatch 1, we got in a hiding position, just peeking a little bit, and as soon as Dragon 1 got there, we successfully suppressed. We did move, we did have to shift a little southwest because we couldn't see the far building. The far buildings where most of the enemies was, or at least the ones that were killed not in their sleep by Dragon 1. So we actually started shifting really close, like almost to the south, directly southeast of Bond, in order to get as close eyes as possible to that building. Didn't help too much, maybe a little bit. I could see 1 or 2 extra guys. And then and then you called us to extract once I think Bond was like kind of clear enough or something. What they got intel was gotten. We immediately got picked up in the Little Bird. We hovered around and dropped to LZ3. Was fine. Gone to the roof of the building next to LZ3, and we had difficulty shooting from the first, like from the 1 floor below the roof, the top floors, as the guard rails, you can't shoot them through them in the windows. It's like a weird building. So went on the roof, engaged them, took 1 wounded in case of Sherman, but he was still alive. So we left him and we went to 1 building over, continued engaging them, killed most of them. They were at Overwatch Class B, which is a construction site, just fine. And then technical came in. It started driving around us. It was neutralized, called it as neutralized over the radio. Parked up next to our building. It was engaged by Ghost Rider. Danger close, we were mooted. Then secondaries from the technical exploded. Secondaries caused the construction building to go down, and then we were killed. Then when he reinserted, we just went back to Gloss in the southwest corner to watch from Silk, as they were likely enemies, and then we went back to extraction, and that was that.
Roger. D4, anything to
add? Okay, so UAV ops was relatively good. We went up to the Overwatch. I attempted to assist with the firing onto Gloss. None of my rounds seemed to connect, but the 50 cals didn't seem to have any problem connecting with me. So I ducked into cover, had to deal with the UAV situation.
Oh, your distraction was invaluable, but I killed him right afterwards.
I mean, well, then at least I served my job, so I suppose that's good. At that point, I focused my attention on making sure that the guys coming out of Matt and Silk were detected before they were on Dragon 1. which we were able to successfully do. Initially, I called the group on Matt, got a very successful set of rocket strikes off, although it did help that half of the team that was coming out of Matt decided to perform a lemming by jumping out of the third floor window.
Started piling out the building.
Yeah, similar situation objective Silk, however, the difference being that the technical came thundering out as well, and I was trying to get close air support on as quickly as possible. I knew there was a risk, but the risk was also to Dragon 1, which is why I sort of threw caution to the wind in terms of organizing the rocket strike. It's also worth noting that while the rocket strike itself did not take out D3's building, unfortunately, the maps on this, the buildings on this map are very sensitive to explosive damage, which is why the technical annihilated D3's building.
We were all badly wounded just from the rockets themselves.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because they all landed at street level and you were 3 stories up.
Well, the explosions go up and out.
Yes, but you were still through 3 stories of concrete.
Yeah.
And,
anyway, the remainder in Silk essentially split out, although there was a rocket strike across there. And other than that, my primary contribution beyond that point was to snipe a couple of one dude at range and then organize the extraction at LC7.
Roger. D5? You had a tough evening, I think.
No, the CMT more likely had a tough evening. I had a cool, calm evening because I attached to Dragon 3, he was attached to Dragon 1. At Bond, he went down, as well as I think 2 members of Dragon 1. One of them was brought back, the other one was died to his wounds, I think because it was called in too late. They now did various treatments. I think at one point I went to Dragon 4 because he got shot at that. And then the last point, it was Objective Gloss, where I would describe it as a kill room at the bottom floor, where the CMT once again went down first. And then as a result, another 4 or 5 members were killed by the time I arrived on site to perform medical. So all in all, the times that I could get on scene early was lives were saved. When I was late, then it was too late for resuscitation.
So ultimately, I think, did we manage to get the intel at Bond? We managed to get to Gloss, and I think we managed to finally stop the destruction of the intel just before the timer ran out.
Yeah, actually, Brute Force, how many pieces of intel did you guys collect?
I don't know how many Muchis collected, because he only gave a report of the intel and the mansion building.
Was he bonded or Gloss?
He was at Bond. At Gloss, we've got 3 items that we retrieved and the laptop that we set up for Snow.
So there were supposed to be 5 in total. So you missed one that was under the desk on the western side and one that was on the desk on the eastern side.
Okay.
I couldn't pick up that laptop.
Well, the laptop was.
I picked up a laptop. I just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, no.
All right. So sorry. Just go. All right. So, what went well, guys? So D1, we start from your side.
I just have something to ask. There's something that went. The reason why I died is I had the stun grenade selected, and I threw a stun grenade. When I wanted to throw it again, pressing Shift G, all of a sudden it wanted to throw a glow stick, gem light, and
maybe you didn't have any stun. Maybe you didn't have any left.
No, I had 2 left. I just had to go and select them again. It went off, and I paused. I didn't know what to do, and I got shot.
Yeah, I bounded my Shift G as my normal G, so I don't use the vanilla throw anymore. So when I press G, it automatically comes up with that Shift G interface, and then I can just quickly just tap G the whole time until I see what I need and then throw. So maybe that helps speed up the process.
I think I'm gonna do that as well.
Can we get back to just what do you guys think went well, D1?
The initial recovery of the intel at the building number 2. So we got that very quickly, but the processing of it took a little bit of time because they resumed to clear building 1.
Okay.
And then also, I think from our changed LZ position on the main road east of LZ7, moving to Gloss went fairly well and making the breach on the wall.
So what do you say? So initial recovery of intel went well, and your and the
just a movement from the landing
movement
point east of
from
LZ7
LZ7
down to Gloss.
to Gloss. Is that the only things that went well, D1?
Yeah, because
initial recovery of
once
the
we
intel and
hit
the
Gloss,
movement from Gloss.
everything went pretty south.
All right, D3. And what do you think? Went well.
So, I think what went well is our initial fixing of Bond. We weren't discovered earlier, and then we only started firing, and we simultaneously took out both guards, both sentries, and there was no discovery of Dragon 1's presence. The Dragon was able to basically go inside and clear out the whole of building 2 before any alarm was sounded. So I think our quiet fixing of the target worked out very, very well over there.
Yeah.
And then I think clearing from the first building next to LZ3, so basically moving progressively from building from east to west, progressing from building to building, clearing Gloss, worked perfectly fine. Only two or three of us were able to do it by basically essentially pieing on a macro scale Gloss from east to west. We're going from building to building, so that worked out quite well.
Mm. So Overwatch pieing of Gloss. All right.
Yeah. So, but by the time, and also we synchronized the Overwatch quite nicely with Dragon 1. By the time Dragon 1 blew a hole to the southeast corner of Gloss, we already had Overwatch B working straight into the entire safe house and killing everyone that was in front of the windows.
Yeah. Is that it? Also, I think the extract went pretty smooth.
Yeah.
As well as bringing the vehicles in.
Oh yeah, that was routine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't feel remarkable, but didn't go wrong.
So then.
Glad who picked me up and took me back? Was it resource or?
No, so when you...
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
D4 from your side.
Okay, so overall the Overwatch with UAV went very well. Thankfully we were deconflicted. In terms of what went wrong, probably should have been a bit more strict.
Sorry?
No, not yet.
Yeah, okay, well we'll get to what went wrong later then.
Yeah. Okay, and D5, what went well?
No, well, first that was administered early when it was applicable, if it was possible.
Sorry, say again?
The medical itself was, calls for medical were quick, which was nice. And mostly the casualties were saved if it was called in early on time and the medic was nearby or actually attached still. So I think that's what went nice. The casualties were called in quite nice and on time.
Perfect. Okay, D1, what went wrong?
Okay, I'll just start then quickly.
Are we finished?
Who's
no? So first of all,
sorry, guys. What went well from your side?
So I'll do what went well and what happened in one, because we skipped us.
Ag, sorry man.
My
Ek was saam met julle, so ek weet wat julle gedoen het.
That's fine. So just quick, obviously went out, did an initial orbiting, spotted targets. Ground forces moved up to the insertion point. They attacked Bond. We came in with the MALB to pick up D3, dropped them off at LZ3. That was successful. Then Ghost 2 went back to switch the helicopters to the gunship. Ghost 1 picked up D1, couldn't insert in LZ3. Just a note there, LZ3 was never actually a DAP landing site. It was a little bit landing site. So they then relocated, did some gun runs with mixed effect, and then extracted both teams back to base. In the process, Actual got shot in the passenger seat of Ghost 2. He died before we could land and treat him. What went well, I think the planning was solid. Insertions and extracts went fairly well, even though we had to relocate landing sites, but I think that was unavoidable. We'll cover that in what went wrong. So yeah, otherwise went fairly good. Flying was on point.
Okay. Thanks. And D1, then one went wrong.
I forget.
Brute force, do you want to start? Okay, no, I just wanted to say, like, so for example, the one casualty with Quiet, we were in a safe area in the building, and then instead of like just applying body 8, we just tried to drag Quiet out of the building, so he was basically, and then it glitched basically, so he couldn't dump him because I got to him and told him to like dump him so we could just do body 8 first, but he couldn't, so he Quiet glitched and then he was dragging him around the building for quite a while until he got him free. So by the time we got to Quiet, he was basically dead in the water, even
You
though...
were dead Quiet.
Yeah, even though we could have saved him earlier if we just didn't try to drag him around, and he didn't glitch out. So, yeah.
Yeah, then...
That's the one thing that went wrong from my that I could see at least.
Yeah, also at the second building, so the first building that we entered, Alex, our CMT glitched as well.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to treat him inside of the building, but none of the treatments helped, and then dragged him out into that open area on the east and called in D5 to come and assist with him as well. And that's when D1, I think D12 proceeded to the next building to clear. But we had a report already that the intel was secured and requested for Muchis to process the intel. And the fire teams ignored the request to return to the safe area for extraction by helicopter because the intel, we didn't actually need to clear the full compound. So then we lost Muchis. I'm not sure if you just had a disconnect with Henry taking over FTL role. And when we proceeded to the mansion, we also lost 1-2 FTL. So basically, both fire teams had their second commands leading it, and that was a little bit disorganized. And also, 1-1 did not have a radio. I did not verify that 1-1 didn't have a radio, and a lot of my instructions was on the squad net, and of course, that was ignored.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if this did happen, or what happened, because this was at the same time when I was being reinforced. But when I got back, I heard someone say this. I'm not sure who this was, because I don't know all the new guys' voices yet. But someone got shot, and then his buddy left him and said, "Yeah, he's down, so he's there." But I'm not sure if he left him, i.e. like he was dead, left him, or left him like, yeah, he's shot, he's there. Like, it's someone's problem, but it's not mine. So just remember that if you have a fire team, even if it's not your buddy, if you are in a fire team and someone is down, that whoever needs to be aware, and that the fire team sort of stops at that time, even though it's not your buddy. To always try and do buddy 8 as first as possible.
Sorry, so brute force. What was the 2 times that you mentioned twice? Like orders were ignored. Was it at Bond and it's somewhere else?
At Glass.
Yeah,
at Glass. So at a Bond, which team started going into building 1, the western one?
1-2 went into the first building. At the eastern building. Sorry.
Yeah,
western one.
Yeah. So 1-1. Henry, did you guys enter first on the second building that we breached?
No, 1-2 as well.
1-2 started making entry, and then once members of 1-1 were going down, Muchis had us follow in to go in and support making entry.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But was the order to not go in given before or after they started making entry into building 2, building 1, the western one?
I believe it was just before they made entry.
Where was the intel found? Where did we get?
In the first building that we cleared.
In building 2 already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I got the instruction, or I got the information that the intel, just as these guys were already stacking up and starting to move around here, I was told that you had the intel, which is when I asked to extract.
Not sure where you're pointing.
Oh,
right hand side.
I see it.
Diagram.
Yeah. Hold on. So which team went in first? 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 went first in both buildings.
Okay. So brute force. Did you repeat over the 343 net to not clear the western one?
Yeah, I can't say for sure which radio I used.
I can't remember as well, but I do have a 152, but I can confirm I did not hear that neither from Brute Force nor from Shocky. Even if it was said, like, I definitely did not.
I heard it from Shaki, but I can't obviously can't say. So we're gonna assume maybe that it wasn't repeated on because the Brute Force you did hear it, right?
Yeah, so I would have repeated on our squad net.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no, No, I definitely just did not pick up on that then. Yeah.
Because I actually repeated a couple of times.
We can check
get
the
out.
stream because I had a 152 and a 343, so we can check the stream if you want.
Yeah, but what also happened at that point is we then had 2 casualties on the outside. So as D5 entered, so we had to stabilize the casualties. D5 dragged them from the building 1 towards the east into that area just north of the of building 2, and I went to fetch Alex. So I also lost eyes on the fire teams. So we had to stabilize some guys before we could actually extract.
Okay, so you think why they kind of maybe they didn't hear the orders exactly, the chaotic situation, and you weren't in a position to assert the orders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little chaotic
Hold on,
there.
sorry. Just got this thing going on.
Sorry, I'm bleeding.
But I should have heard Shocky's calls as well because I do listen in as well.
Sorry. Okay. And then the so just with the situation at Bond. So interesting. Shucky was actually wrong to tell them to stop clearance, but the people, but Dragon 1112, the squad was wrong to keep on clearing. Interesting. So Shucky, you did hear that you got intel, but you don't know how many pieces of intel. There are multiple pieces of intel in total, one in each building. So basically, if you did obey orders, you would have only gotten half the information.
Okay.
But obviously,
my understanding was that they had the information about which target needs to be raided, which was front of mind for me to get there quickly.
That is true. The rest of the intel was more about important information about the building, like the HMGs and anything else that might have been there.
Yeah.
Muchis did have a report of machine gunner or HMG position and in the building.
But that was after you cleared the other one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally, so you normally want to keep complete the clearance till you get all the intel, because I think it's, you want to get all the intel in total, but you also want to listen to the CEO. If the CEO wants to stop it for whatever reason, then you stop it. Yeah. So and the SL, remember the SL, you're not there to necessarily fight. You're there to make sure that you coordinate the actions of the squad with the actions of the rest of the platoon.
Yeah. There was the time pressures, I think, was the biggest motivator.
Why did the medics die at both objectives first?
Alex glitched in the building. So at the first at Bond, that was just a glitch.
Armored.
And we also, both myself and Africa, tried to treat him, and it was ineffective.
Okay. And at Gloss, why did the medic also be one of the first casualties again?
He got shot. He was actually not one of the first casualties. We went in the second time. I got shot. Then they pulled me out. He fixed me up on the outside. Then 1-2 pushed in ahead of me. Anyway, so the ground floor was almost cleared, and then we went back in. Me, myself, and Brute Force. Myself, Brute Force, and Alex. Sorry. We pushed in, and then I passed out, and then a bunch of guys came in from the building, right, Brute? And then he shot Alex.
Yeah, they came from down the stairs. That shot Alex. I was in the middle room to suppress them. And also, just before Alex was taken out, I checked Africa, and there was nothing wrong on his body. He had a treated head wound, and nothing else showed, but he passed out.
So after doing a lot of good fixing here from across the street, what I'm hearing is that there was still a significant number of enemies inside Glass.
Yeah, we had multiple enemies coming down from the staircase on the eastern side.
Well, the problem is that when Africa went down, we were receiving heavy fire from ground floor level still. So the rest of 1-2 pushed past Africa because we knew that Bruder was behind us with Alex. We pushed on the ground floor, but we didn't think to secure the staircases coming down to our rear. So they were treating Africa, and while we were moving underneath them, they were running above us and back towards Brood, and they came down the stairs on Brood's side and took him out.
Ah.
Okay, so we didn't do systematic clearance.
No, we were down too many men. So because of the report of the enemies on the outside, I had Henry, Mr. M, initially set out security on the eastern side, watching the northeast. And when we lost Africa in 1-2, I requested M to join them so to have a full fire team going through the building.
All right.
And then the loss of D3s, obviously.
Yeah. So I think I don't know if I can add I think once we declared that the gunner was neutralized, they did declare on the radio. Then I think a wave war fight probably would have been ideal. I know Sherman's still here.
Sorry, I'm still here. What was that?
No, I'm saying once I declared the gunner of the technical was neutralized, I think a wave wolf might have been in order.
Yeah, but I didn't even have time to get a wave wolf out of my mouth before rockets started landing.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was just right on the same as you were saying that the rockets were already pretty much in.
Did
And I had just lined up and seen the technical in front of me.
Yeah. So
I didn't know the situation.
And we also did not never imagined that hitting rockets down at ground level was going to bother you guys upstairs.
Oh, okay. So basically, we didn't know about the effectiveness of the rockets in Arma.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I was taking a gamble with ordering the attack in the first place. Not to mention the fact that you had literally just knocked the thing out by the time I was ordering wave wolf.
Okay. Right. Now, also, in terms of how did we get the first bunch of casualties of Gloss again? I think I missed that. I think I glossed over that. Bucky's not here, so I have to do it.
Peps?
Yeah, so when 1-2 entered, right, we took heavy fire so we came in the one side. After we blew the wall, we came into the side of the building.
Can you show on the map?
Okay, sure. So once we took the wall down over here, a lot more of it came down than we expected. But we ended up coming to this side of the building here. We entered, but as we entered, Africa went down. We thought he was shot because he just collapsed in the doorway. But we started taking heavy fire through a doorway. So the rest of 1-2 pushed past Africa because we knew that Brood and Alex were behind us still. And we started to clear the ground floor. And then what happened is, as we moved, as we were going, we were taking casualties along there. But I mean, 2 of us, I think, remained up. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember who the second casualty was after Africa. And by the time we got to this side of the thing and we pushed upstairs because we didn't leave people behind us, that's when one actual was busy being rushed from upstairs. So as we went upstairs, they went downstairs on the opposite side.
Yeah, I thought 1-1 was going to go to the second story.
So I think maybe there was overextension going on. So rather than systematically clearing like top floor, bottom floor of the one building, you went all the way across the other side and up, and basically leaving a big gap in the middle and kind of separating. So I think there's some overextension.
Yeah,
so one thing we never did is I'm not sure whether we ever did the floor plan for Gloss en route or in preparation prior to hitting that area.
Yeah.
And that did actually cause a big problem because at the time that Brute Force started calling for reinforcements and we started rushing back on the first floor thinking we could get to him, what we didn't realize is that on the first floor you actually can't cross the 2 buildings. You have to go downstairs. So we wasted time trying to come back across on the first floor only to realize it's a dead end on a balcony.
Well, yeah, I mean the safe house is very familiar to us who like played Arma 2 a lot, so like it's quite but everyone else probably wouldn't know it that well.
Yeah.
Okay, but also I noticed. I think the other thing probably went wrong is a lack of recovery for all the intel. The lots of bits missing. Like who was the searchers? Like I mean, actually, the people collecting the intel.
Well, Muchis was the intel officer. He disconnected, so we didn't have an intel officer for class. We all look for intel at. When I was still in charge, we were all looking at intel at building 1 and 2 at Bond. So that's when we found the intel, and then we called Muchis to get the intel. But yeah, with Gloss, I was not out of the action completely.
Yeah, Gloss. I'm saying Gloss was the one missing intel. I didn't see much camp lights inside there, so it wasn't probably systematically clear. The rooms weren't searched for all the intel. So like, yeah. So I don't know who was in there.
Most of the intel we missed was actually the intel that was obvious. That's why we didn't find it because we were busy looking at all the tiny side rooms, and that the intel that we missed was mostly the intel in the big open rooms on the tables, right to see.
But you also missed the one that wasn't obvious under the table in one of the rooms. So
true. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess maybe I don't know if it was. Do you think it was because there was lots of debris that we weren't used to thinking of as significant? Or...
Well, I think it was also just, I can speak for myself, I can't speak for the rest, like for instance, Igor, to his credit, did pick up intel as he went. because I overextended and we were kind of rushing to clear the floor, plus I was rushing to get back to Brood, it was pretty much cleared a room, noticed that there's intel, and then left it there. We didn't pick it up because we thought somebody was going to come and pick it up, and we would just report it, which is why we had to end up running around afterwards, recollecting everything.
Yeah, there was also the report of the enemies approaching. So
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So I think. So I think we knew the SSCE procedure, but we didn't have the men to actually fulfill the SSCE roles. So the fire was sounded, but there was no one to collect it.
Yeah, and because Gloss is such an open area, you can't really take one room at a time, because as soon as you're in the first room, you're already open to the second room. So that's why I missed a lot of the intel. I didn't even notice there was intel in the beginning. Only at the second floor, after I killed everyone, I actually entered the room and saw the one laptop under the table.
Actually, that's the correct order. You're supposed to kill everyone first and then search for the intel.
Sorry, where was the intel busy being destroyed? Or how did that work?
Where that burning barrel was.
Yeah, in the burning barrels.
Was there burning barrels in there?
Yeah, I remember the first time we played the mission, there's burning... Oh, you were flying as well. Yeah, there's burning barrels in the middle of the building.
I don't even know what it looks like inside there.
Not good.
All right.
It's a kill house.
Yeah, so...
There was also blue on blue.
So to put it on brute force again, the SL would be in charge of making sure the SSE goes smoothly. So like make sure he designated searchers and what you call them, collectors, or whoever the person is collecting the info.
Yeah. I was. I must admit that I was a bit stressed to get everybody together again, just to regroup so that we could set up security and just find a base, because we were still getting reports of enemies in the area.
You know what? I think that's kind of the problem. The SSE you do after you contact. So only once you've killed everyone, have you gotten everyone in order, you need to conduct the SSE. So you can worry about the SSE afterwards, and you have ample time. Like we were already regrouped, and we were going to go to the helicopter. So that was actually the time to do the SSE before we called the helicopter to come pick us up.
Yeah, it was definitely not in my mind at that point.
Yeah.
So I marked some. I put down one more thing from we were trying to, we could see a lot of enemies around Silk as they started moving, and D4 called them in, and even the ones from Matt. But it proved extremely, it's very frustrating sitting in a co-pilot seat. You could see perfectly with a IR, and trying to get then the gunner or the pilot to be able to see where the target area is. We tried with the laser and his NVGs. We tried talking him on, and eventually that's how I got shot. As we were talking him onto the targets. A lot of the guys eventually from Silk, after the initial runs, they just started hiding in these buildings, and I was talking him onto the end of the street, trying to fire on there. And as we were starting to put fire on there, they shot me out. And so, but basically, with the AH-6, it's got no HUD, no guidance to the pilot. It's not really effective as a CAS platform. Not
at night.
The problem also is we'll have to look and feature how we mark the map. On my GPS, even zoomed in the furthest, I can't make out anything. It's too cluttered. It just looks like
too cluttered. And flying the DAP alone with that clutter was, that's why I overflew the objective once, because I thought I was about to
It is extremely awkward without a targeting pod that can use a visible laser like the ones we have in our lights.
And I've got, on the pilot, you got the little screen, so I can see what Shock is looking at, but I have no idea where in my space that is.
And
while trying to fly and
you can't
dodge
actually
things.
zoom in enough. Unfortunately, that GPS zoom is one less than what the Android is, so you can't actually zoom in enough. So you just got this clutter of color. And
it's just crayon drawings all over the place.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
What?
Just sorry. The last thing I remembered, I also got informed that I'm actual as we were receiving the last enemies in the area. So that, my sort of focus changed to I actually didn't know what to do as actual proper.
One thing you could do, you can delegate one of the FTLs to be SL.
Yeah. No, so I definitely did not delegate.
All right. Shaki, I think is that all the stuff? Oh yeah, it's probably one thing I want to mention, and that is regarding the ground control. There was some confusion over there, like particularly near the end. So, but like this is always every time we go over the training, I do cover this. But by default, the highest ranking person on the ground is the ground controller. But we're only used to having one helicopter platform in the air. So if there are many helicopter platforms operating in the same area, it does make sense for the Dragon 4 to take over. And Dragon 4 becomes what's called a combat controller. It's basically, in real life, they're actually FAA certified people. Air Force Special Forces were FAA certified who basically become an air traffic controller in a combat area. So Dragon 4 would be appropriate for that, but not something that we're used to dealing with. But who the ground controllers usually are should be discussed in the actual briefing, as Shaki did do.
Yes, I did initially make the mistake of trying to supersede the ground controller, and when I realized, I stepped down.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you weren't the intention wasn't wrong there, but Shaki did say what it was going to be. So Shaki, are you speaking to us?
Nope.
Okay, sorry. You had that on. Okay, so then we could probably move to what you can learn from it. So I don't know if we want to move on to that, Shaki, and you want to have some thoughts.
Yeah. So I think basically just the points that we made. I think ultimately it went very well, much better than I expected. I was very happy with Bond, and I had a stopwatch running, was cognizant of time, so we didn't reach that 40 minute time. I liked the fact that we had D3 already in the air. It was a gamble, but we were able to very quickly, after knowing the moment that we knew it was glass, then we knew which LZ to touch down on, and a minute later the little bird was there, and we were already fixing glass.
So yeah, sorry.
So in terms of timing, that was great.
Yeah, so I do agree. Having a small element that can be quickly deployed with a MELB, so it's a good match between Dragon 3 and the MELB being deployed to preemptively move to a good position ahead of time. So I think that was a very efficient use of resources there.
And then ultimately, I think that, thanks, Phoenix. And then ultimately, I think we were effective to get, we knew what the target was. We did stop destruction of the TEL, and unfortunately we took a lot of casualties at Gloss, and then the D3 was an accident.
So yeah, don't confuse the section for what went well. We're talking about basically what lessons we can take away for future missions.
Yeah.
So I think like the first thing, pairing like a MELB with a small team to deploy to preemptively deploy, that's good.
Yeah.
And then what else do you think is good lessons? So I think having a moving Overwatch to pie off areas, that's a good thing in general. I think SL brute force need to be. I think a couple of notes for brute force. You need to make sure that your subordinates don't walk over you. You need to make sure that you go up and make sure they know what you want them to know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's an important thing. But basically, stand back if you need to. SL is there to get an extra barrier over there. Planning always great with the buildings, but don't overdo it on the map. You need to keep it cleared up. I think keep in mind just with explosives from the rockets from the DAP, treat all technicals basically as VB IEDs when they blow up, because they have when they blow up they kill everything around it, so it's crazy. So including buildings next to it. So just treat it that way as well. Actually, all the target buildings, objective buildings, I actually made them all invulnerable because I knew stuff like that might happen. I don't want to ruin the mission because of a silly thing like that. And then, that covers that. And then I think I do want to I have a whole bunch of fire movement urban kind of thing to do with thresholds and cross coverage and rolling T's. I think I want to do something that might help in the areas like inside that and other urban environments. I think might do as a whole new training environment on drill grounds. So I think that'll be quite fun. I think that we basically should improve our fire movements inside tricky areas. But also, I think we should clear systematically, do everything systematically, and then the SSE. Remember, the SSE just focus. Don't let SSE be something that's another thing to worry about during combat. Only worry about it after combat. So basically the time when everything is sorted out, and now you think you're going to start planning for pickup. Then that's when you do your SSE. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else any other lessons you guys think we should also learn.
I think maybe also. I think there's a lot to be developed with training with talking gunships onto targets. We need to cover that, but also be cognizant of the limitations of like a gunship in a close air support at night. It's really difficult to be effective, to put effective fire. I think all the gun runs were risky because I never had very good situational awareness. And I didn't even have a clue that the rockets that took D3 out was a danger close mission. That wasn't never.
Yeah, you basically had very hard difficulty in terms of close air support.
Yeah, so
in an ideal situation, you never would have had rounds landing in the street like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although ideally, I think I think Sherman. Ideally, I think he should have also communicated the positions of all the ground troops. So did you know that we were in Glossby?
The problem is from the air, even when you're coming in, even seeing where Gloss is a challenge. If you told me, and we need to practice. There's a lot of some of the communication skills that we need to practice, but I don't think we've practiced that. So, or I at least haven't. So, just being able to talk someone onto something with standardized language and terms is a big thing. Because to one person, the next street over means something. And to another person, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Right. Any other lessons?
Yeah, I think a big emphasis needs. Africa touched on it a bit earlier, but buddy aid wasn't performed on the casualties as much as I'd like it to. The medic was called early, but you can't just leave the casualty there on the floor bleeding and not at least patch up the wounds initially. That might have saved a few more lives.
Yeah,
I think just more general training as to how medical fits into the fire team is also quite useful as well.
Okay. The medic technically not supposed to. He's supposed to do buddy aid, and then the buddy takes him back to the medic, and the medic deals with him.
Well, at the moment we're playing almost like combat medics, where there's a medic attached to all the fire teams and kind of fights up front, which I think is maybe why we're ending up with medic casualties.
Yeah, it makes no sense whenever the medic gets shot.
Exactly.
The medic is not part of the entry team. Okay, so I think Alex, you were the one getting.
I told Alex that as well.
He's had to disconnect already, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's
another
Alex
thing. When we were
medic needs to stay
Gloss. Back. Yeah, when we were at Gloss, I told him, because he was staying right next to me, I told him you need to be standing right at the back. And he was like, no, it's fine. He didn't say no, it's fine, but he was like insinuating like, no, it's fine, let's go.
Cool.
But maybe we should look at like
I'm a combat medic. I want some combat, bitches.
Yeah, maybe we should look into reducing the including the CMTs into the fire teams so much as well, and rather focus more on building up CCP points regularly.
It is a thing with SLs. Like SLs like doing a lot. Like I know, like Lucasade, for example, when we did fire maneuver on that thing, I said I didn't like it, but you always want to attach in the assaulting element the medic over there. So like it's a kind of culture thing that they're kind of doing a lot now.
Well, it's the problem. It's a catch-22 because on one hand you want the medic to be close enough that it has an impact on the fire team in order to save lives, because it's pointless that D5 is sitting a kilometer and a half back drinking coffee in the van.
Yeah, D5 could be back at base and we bring it in for heli medivac.
And I had to rush in. You all were dead anyways by the time I got there. So that's the whole intent. However, if the position is abused and the medic is leading the charge, then that's pointless.
All the medic has to do is hang back a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I first started, just about more than a year ago now, the medic, would come with, but he'd hang back at the door, he'd put a CCP at the entry point, kind of hang around there until the rest was clear.
Also kind of missing buddy aid. I mean, not the extremes. The medic, he's got to. He's not the only person providing aid. It's a buddy aid, and then the medic comes in there to revive them and bring them up.
I think actually the easy solution is just that Alex is still very new. Like all the new guys are still new, so this is all very brand new. So I don't know. I think they a little blood hungry still. So for him to play medic is still like, oh, I'm gonna play and shoot people, and not like planning logistics of CCP points.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Thank you for the mission. That was.
Thank you. I just have one other question. When, let's say, I respawn back to base, right? And obviously, my radio, I'm too far away for my team to hear me. I mean, I called Africa and they couldn't hear me. So I struggled to get, somebody just to come and pick me up and reinsert me into the, into the battlegrounds. What's the correct way of handling that? How do you?
Yeah, I know what you're asking. Yeah, the point is that it's not your responsibility. Once you go KIA, I already know about it. So everyone who's in charge on our side knows, oh, okay, quiet is KIA, so we know, like, there's one guy at the base. So you don't need to try and get a helo to pick you up.
Okay.
Like, it's the CO is aware that there's going to be reinforcements, and he will call in the helo to pick you up at some point.
Yeah, the CO arranges it. It's not your job to get yourself reinserted.
You just have to wait until they come pick you up, basically.
So if you follow the SOP, like the SOP for missions canonically, there's actually a standard. You're supposed to only bring in reinforcements during lulls in battle, and you only allow 2 reinforcement waves in total. That's actually how it's supposed to be if you follow the regs very strictly. That means the CO. That means the CO can only call in reinforcements twice. So if you would be like to do it very strictly. Probably like nobody actually knows that.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid stuff, for example, with squad where you have these waves of reinforcements. We hate that, so we'd rather hunt to have it like way more logistically organized. Like, okay, there's 10 guys dead at base. Now's the time to like bring in this whole reinforcement wave.
Quite well done with the torch. I didn't even know you were there. So well done with the torch and getting my attention. Thank you.
That's the only thing I could do is use it.
No, I saw this torch flashing. I was wondering what the hell's going on.
Did you guys like the IR chem lights on the helis?
I did not use night vision tonight.
Didn't see them.
I didn't see them either.
Well, they did last.
I
checked now when I landed, they're still going, so they last.
I think the chem lights last longer than the grenades and the strobes.
If you put them too far forward, it affects the pilot's night vision.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna edit.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Channel switched. User joined your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Cool. Did Muchis like have connection issues?
So what I noticed was when we landed with the chopper at the was it LZ7 in order to move in on Gloss on foot, he kind of glitched a little bit there. He was in the air, and then I saw him again hovering outside the helicopter when it took off. And about 400 meters away, when the helicopter was about 300-400 meters in the air, he just flopped to the ground. So I assume he had a bit of desync, and he might have gotten out of the helicopter once it was already properly airborne.
Right. Okay. All right. So you guys, how do you find it? Actually, the one you guy left, right?
No, I had loads of fun. It was really, really good. I enjoyed the mission. And the more missions I do, the better the communication is between the leader. And yeah, so I think it was very, very good mission, and I had loads of fun. Thank you.
Cool. And then how did you guys, and like everyone else, how did you guys find the mission?
Good. No, we actually passed it this time, so it's good.
Yeah, we passed it this time. Yeah.
Mostly passed. I mean, you still left intel, but yeah. I mean,
My bad.
There was a very interesting picture showing exactly what they were planning to attack, and you guys have no idea now.
Wow, interesting next mission, I guess.
Well, actually, it wasn't meant to be for next mission because our attack actually prevented the next mission from happening in the first place. But
okay.
I mean, we have the correspondence and something about 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah, actually, all the other the text that was translated, I just took some random paper, like from the congressional report in the first Gulf War, just took that and translated and threw it in there. So don't bother, there's nothing useful there.
2,000 kilometers.
Anyway, so also, how do you guys find it at Bond? Like, how do you guys find the situation with the sleeping AI? Because that's actually, I read the way the sleeping is done. So if anyone mission makers wants to use that, it's much better now.
That was very cool because we entered the building. Although they did sleep after we did a flashbang. There was a flashbang fuck up at the entrance of that building, but anyway, apart from that, so they were sleeping. We did technically shoot a flashbang. So I guess they should have woken up a little earlier. But if the flashbang didn't happen, it would have worked well.
It's very hard to, like, you can't actually make a trigger detect the flashbang explosion.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
The lights that came on to indicate to us that it's game on was quite good.
Yeah, that was great.
I had another one of those moments where I rushed the room and suddenly it's like click, 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 click. Oh shit! Pull out the sidearm.
Been there, done that.
Just in time.
Yeah. So the light thing is actually in a scripting snippet. So if any other mission makers want to use it.
Oh well, thanks.
It's cool because it adds a real dynamic element. Like we're sitting in the next minute, the lights on, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, like oh fuck.
I've got a question for Africa. When we entered the first building, your hand signatures, I thought you wanted me to flash and with signatures. So I thought, okay, well, here comes a flash grenade.
No, I did want you to flash, but then I opened the door and I stood there and waited and waited and waited. I looked at you and then you still didn't throw the flash. I was like, I guess there's no flash. So I started walking forward and then you threw the flash. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sorry, it is my shift G issue. I need to sort that out. That's not working.
Yeah, no wonder you got shot, because if it takes you that long to figure out how to throw a grenade, you'll never make it, bro.
Look, to be fair, even I was having problems tonight with the amount of different freaking frags and all the different grenades we had tonight. You could like scroll forever to get through something.
Chem lights and everything. Yeah, I agree.
I wish there was like a key where you could just like go straight to that particular grenade.
But
that's why I didn't. I think.
That's why I didn't mention the flashbang, is because it was such a... I had no clue what the fuck was happening there. I was like, yeah, here's a new guy, this is fine. But like me, I was waiting there. I turned around and I looked at you, I was like, he doesn't look like he's going to throw a flash. This is not happening. Yeah. And then I walk into the door and then I get the flash. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, anyway, no problem.
Cool. All right, I think that's going to be it then. Anyone else wants anything?
No.
Bucky's gonna have a chat with you.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right, everyone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just before we go, I think next week's my mission. I'm gonna need 2 volunteers for a special assignment.
Yes, take me.
Bucky's and
possibly more Papuchin work.
Pips
and Bucky's.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll let you know.
What's the date next? Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I'll let you know during the week.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Cheers, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers,
guys. Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.